I'll let you do the honors here. The Orioles, who right now are 19-36. I thought this team was on the come up. They are 16 games back right now of the Yankees, who are 35-20. 9-17 at the crib, 10-19 on the road. Their run differential, -97. 2-game losing streak. Their last 10, not getting much better. 4-6, Peach.
For people that haven't watched too much baseball this year, all you need to know about the Orioles are that the only two teams in baseball that have fewer wins than them are the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago White Sox. That's it. Pirates have more wins. Marlins have more wins. Athletics have more wins. All these teams have more wins than the Orioles, who are 19-36. So they have to get better. They can't get any worse than they already are. Their lineup is actually starting to get a little bit better. Ryan O'Hearn and Jackson Holliday are having terrific seasons. Their problem is Adley Rutschman offensively, because they keep batting Rutschman in the 2-hole, and he needs to be batting like 7th or 8th. He might need to go back down to like AAA, to be honest with you, and like work on some things. That's when the O's got good, is when Adley got called up and he was playing great. We all thought he was going to be the next Buster Posey, and he's really struggled the last year and a half, and that's why the Orioles have struggled the last year and a half. And then their starting pitching has obviously been much talked about. It's the worst rotation in all of baseball. They're hoping to get Kyle Bradish back in August. We'll see if Grayson Rodriguez comes back this season. I mean, Mike Elias, just what a nightmare he did putting together this pitching staff. So they're not going to make the playoffs. I don't know what the updated win total is. I probably wouldn't bet the over on that either. But with the current pace that they're at, they can't be any worse than they already are. They have to get better.
Yeah, I'm not going to bet any updated win totals. I'm not going to take them to make the postseason or miss the postseason, to be honest, because that price has to absolutely suck right now. If I'm looking to back a team or buy in on a team, especially before we get to June, man, they have to have a rotation that I like, and they have to have a bullpen that I like, because hitting could come around. So that's why we look at the Rangers. Right now they're 27-30, 3 games below 500, 4.5 back in the division, I believe. Right now, they're hitting .219 as a team. They've only scored 185 runs, so they're one of the worst teams at the plate in all of Major League Baseball. But they've only played 35 games. They've done that in 37 days. And the pitching staff has actually been one of the best in baseball. They have a 3.19 ERA right now, third in all Major League Baseball. Eovaldi's been good. He's got a 1.56 ERA, third among all pitchers. Jacob deGrom has been excellent. He's actually healthy for the first time in what seems like 20 years. He's got a 2.42 ERA. And then Malley's been good with a 1.64. So eventually I do think that they're going to start hitting, man. They can't hit .212 all season long. So if I had to buy in on a team, it would be the Rangers. The other thing that kind of makes me like Texas is a little bit is I back Seattle every year to win that division. That's always been my mistress team because I'm a Cubs fan, and I love the Mariners growing up because of Griffey. Not going to lie, A-Rod, Jay Buhner, Randy Johnson. I could see them choking this away. And the Astros, I mean, it's just not your same Houston Astros team, but they're only a half a game back. So if I had to buy in on a team in the West, it'd probably be the Rangers, 4.5 back, man. But they're 2-8 in their last 10.
The Rangers, I don't know, man. They might be fool's gold this season. There's so much baseball left, but Eovaldi just got hurt, and it doesn't look good. So their 3 starters this year that have been carrying them have been Mahle, Eovaldi, and deGrom have been great. You figure deGrom's going to get hurt at some point. So the lineup has not been good so far this season, and the pitching's been terrific, but now the pitching is starting to get beat up. So I don't know, Ryan. This really might be between Houston and Seattle. I was a believer in Texas. I thought they were going to the World Series start of the season. I'm getting really concerned now. I think their lineup's too good to stay this bad. I think they're going to heat up. But the problem is now that I think the lineup is going to start getting better, their pitching I think is going to regress too. So it's not looking good for Texas, man.
The Eovaldi injury, that's something obviously you have to pay attention to. deGrom did say that he was going to try to they're spacing out his starts, or they're going to continue to do that or start doing that here in the next couple of weeks because he wants to stay healthy for the entirety of the season. But yeah, that's a problem, man. It's trusting him to stay healthy. It's been years since he's made it through 20 starts in a season. What do you think about the Braves? A lot of people liked the Braves last year, obviously, coming into the year. The Phillies are hot right now. They're 9-1 in their last 10. That's the problem for Atlanta. They're not going away. They're 36-19. Mets playing good baseball, 34-22, 2.5 back, 5-5 in their last 10. And then there's the Braves, who are 25-29, 10.5 back, 3-7 in their last 10, and on a 3-game losing streak. They're +8 in run differential if you're into that sort of thing. Do you think Atlanta could at least be a wild card team? I don't.
I don't either, dude. I don't either. This team's 9-20 on the road this
I know.
season. They just can't. They can't win away from home. And Yeah, Strider's back. Yeah, Acuna's back. But the problem is the other guys in that Braves lineup just aren't the same players that they were 2 years ago, you know? Matt Olson just has not been the same guy as of late. Ozzie Albies hasn't been the same guy. They're just really struggling for some of their big bats in their order. They've dug themselves in quite the hole, Ryan. And, you know, they're going to suffer injuries at some point. Hopefully Strider and Acuna are able to stay healthy and get back to the form that we saw them when one guy was winning Cy Young, one was winning MVP. But, no, I don't think the Braves are going to be a playoff team.
You know, the Reds were like everybody's darling coming into the year because nobody really trusted the Cubs, especially with that bullpen. The Cubs are plus 95 in run differential. This is one of the best offenses in all of baseball, man. I mean, obviously, Kyle Tucker's a stud, looking to get $500 million and the years, but PCA might end up getting $400, $500 million.
Yep.
Since 1991, two dudes have had 15 homers and 15 stolen bags through 51 games. Barry Bonds in 91 and now PCA. I'm not saying what he's doing is sustainable or that he's going to win MVP, but he's a good player. I do worry about not only even the bullpen, but I don't fully trust that rotation for the entirety of a full season. So I could see buying in on the Reds maybe right now. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They were plus 650 coming into the year to win that division, or plus 600. Brewers are not winning the division this year. I'm pretty confident for the first time in a long time that team's not going to the postseason. The Cardinals won't go away. They're 6-4 in their last 10. I thought this was supposed to be a rebuild for them. This is just kind of what the Cardinals do. What do you think about the Reds, though, man? Or are you sold on the Cubs? They're 3 games up right now on the Cards, 35-21. But I'm not sold on the bullpen. I'm obviously a fan, so I'll be cheering for them. But if I had to buy in on a team in the Central, it might be the Reds. Or maybe they're just a year away.
It could be the Reds. I would agree. I think at the price, too, that's probably the team, right? 19-1 on the Reds. Like, that feels like the best bang for your buck. I think St. Louis is playing great baseball. I don't know if this is sustainable, though, for their team. You mentioned it with the Cubs, dude. Their offense. There are only 3 teams in baseball right now that have scored 300 runs on the season. The Cubs are one of them. The Yankees and the Dodgers are the 2 others. So their offense has been terrific. Tucker's been great. PCA, as you mentioned, both MVP candidates. I do like the Cubs. I think they win the Central. But if you want to bet somebody to try to beat them, I think it's got to be Cincy. You know, we've seen this team get hot before in the second half, and they have one of the best managers in the sport in Terry Francona. So he wouldn't have taken that job if he didn't think he could win with Cincinnati. They got a decent pitching staff, a pretty good lineup. They're a streaky team. But if they can get hot, they can make a run towards the Cubs. And the price, again, 19-1. I think that's a great buy.
Completely agree. It was 6-1 coming into the season. Reds 28-29 now, playing better baseball, only 7.5 back, and there's tons of ball to be played. Where are you at with the Diamondbacks? I bet them to miss the postseason coming into the year, mainly just because of that division, dude. And I know that we got the wild card, but you have the Dodgers, who are the best team in baseball, and they're only going to get healthier. You have the Padres, you have the Giants. Do you think the Diamondbacks are a postseason team?
You know what's funny? I feel like the 3 most trendy teams to start the year were the Red Sox, the Rangers, and the D-backs.
Yep.
And none of them are above 500 right now.
I know.
They're all struggling, and I don't know if any of the 3 are going to make the playoffs, so I kind of agree with you.